Oh my gosh, it's July 3rd, 2012. Welcome to the GF Joe Radio Show. Woohoo! Hey, happy 4th of July. Look what I got here. A little flag there on my desk. Woohoo! GF Joe Radio Show. Let me log in here, and we're going to have a great show today. I'm just waiting for my co-host to arrive. He's somewhere out there on traffic, stuck on US 19 in Clearwater, waiting for Daryl Kraft. And our guest today will be Lizette Bellezzi, communications specialist. We're going to be talking with her later on about 4:30. If you want to stick around, that'd be great. This is the gluten-free radio hour with GF Joe, gluten-free show on your homeliferadio.com. That is correct, your homeliferadio.com, the GF Joe radio show. GF Joe radio show. We're talking about gluten-free diets, gluten-free lifestyle, health, success, mainly in that area on this show. The show is definitely geared towards helping you become a better, healthier, successful person in your lifestyle and your diets. Got to have a gluten-free diet. Will help you better in your thinking processes. That's where it affects you a lot, is your thinking, your more clarity when you think. Let me just type up my website here on yourhomelife.radio.com here. Trying to get to this blah, blah, blah. Daryl Kraft is coming up here, and he'll be coming up. A little bit about me. My name's Joseph, GF Joe. And I've been gluten-free for about 15 years. I believe I have a caller already. Go ahead. This is GF
Hi,
Joe.
How you doing? Yeah, G.
D, what's up, D? How are you, man?
Pretty good. I was wondering if you could talk more about hockey and gluten-free, like diet-wise, and...
G!
What's up, Joe?
What are we talking about, hockey today or what?
Well, I mean, how about people that are gluten-free and need a good diet for hockey? What would you suggest?
I would suggest that they do their best. Now, if you're not allergic or have celiac disease or anything like that, you're doing it by choice. So it's a strict self-discipline, self-control diet. You have to stay away from wheat, barley, rice, corn. Some diets say stay away from dairy also. When you get off these wheats, semolina flour, all the pastas, all the pizzas, you got to stay away from them, unless they're gluten-free if you buy it in a store or something.
Now, what would you eat pre-game for pasta-wise? I mean, I know a lot of people like the carbo load.
Yeah, if you get a carbo load for hockey or any kind of sports, there are other grains to use. There is quinoa, which spelled with Q-U-I-O-N-A. That's a great flour. There's also tapioca starch. There's potato starch. You want to do a lot of vegetables. Get your carbs from greens. And I believe a lot of meats. You can have a lot of beans too. A lot of people get into beans. Fruits and vegetables.
How about when you're on the bench, like coconut water would be best for someone, or?
You know me. I love coconut water. I use it during my hockey games. Coconut water is great. That is the original fructose glucose combination. It is very similar to your brain's own glucose. Your brain sits in a sack of fluid, and that fluid is glucose. So the first thing they give you is glucose when you're in the battlefield or an IV or anything in the hospital is glucose. It goes right to your brain. You want to keep the brain alive. So vitamin water is great for that. It replenishes the body quicker than Gatorade, Powerade, all these aids out there. Those are different, chemically different sugars. Vitamin water or coconut water. I mean, vitamin water, I don't drink anymore. When I found out about this coconut water, I was like, this is it. This is great. So coconut water is better, more efficient than your Gatorades. So definitely drink coconut water. I use the Vita Coco, which is a slightly less pasteurized process than the other brand names.
Because I know people that drink Gatorade, it's a lot of sugar in Gatorade, and they drink almost the whole bottle a game, you know?
They do. They drink a lot of that, you know. When I did the difference for myself, I tried one game. I tried the coconut water. I felt like I could play 2 more games with coconut water. A lot of athletes are getting on coconut water too. A lot of athletes, and that's why it's taken off big. It's a better sucrose, glucose, fructose combination. It's all natural too. How you doing, G?
Pretty good, Joe. I thought I'd call in and just give you a couple questions, and I'd like to say Happy 4th of July to you.
Yeah, Happy 4th of July. What are you doing 4th of July? What are you guys doing up there?
Nothing much. Just staying home, gonna slow away in the pool.
You have any fireworks?
No, not really. I'm not allowed to have fireworks.
Don't give G fireworks, please. Do not give G fireworks.
Well, Joe, have a good Happy 4th and have a great show.
All right, I'll see you in 2 weeks on the ice. Thanks, G, for calling
That's
in.
right, Joe. No problem. Take it easy.
You got it. That was Mr. G. He's always getting me on top of my toes there for these great questions about gluten-free and which kind of waters are best. Now, there's a lot of manufacturers out there that when they test for gluten in the product, they use a specific test. That specific test is called ELISA, E-L-I-S-A, something like that. ELISA, sorry. And that tells you the parts per million of how much gluten proteins are found in that product. There's a company and a commission that suggests in one article that I have here today that test is understating some of the gluten parts per million. And all these companies, manufacturers out there, especially Bob's Red Mill, are using this ELISA test, and that it's underestimating the values of gluten in that product. Now they're coming out with another test that gets more specific and more accurate. And I got to read it here right here from the Codex Commission people. I get this updates from the food manufacturer beveragedaily.com on all these food and manufacturer updates on my email. I'm always interested in what the big companies are doing. There's a big company, Dow Chemicals, is making up this new freaking valence ingredient that's all chemical, and it's supposed to give the gluten back into gluten-free flours. And I'm looking into that. They didn't state where's it coming from, and I didn't get the chemical name on it. Hydromexyl something, whatever. But I didn't like it, so I'm not recommending Valence, WELLENC, as a good alternative substitution for flour in your flour mix, whatever. But anyway, this ELISA test is a specific test to measure parts per million. So, and there's new evidence stating that this ELISA test may be underestimating the gluten in these products that the manufacturers use. And the test is a big, giant, machine, and they put the product in and tells you, hey, we got 20 parts per million. And that means you can't call it, if it's anything above that, you cannot call it gluten-free. So anything above 20 parts per million, you can't call it gluten-free. So I'll post that on my website at GFJoe. On my Facebook page, GFJoe, later on after the show. And you guys look at the article and read it about these tests that test for gluten in food processed products out there. Basically, you definitely want to get off gluten-free, and your mind will definitely clear up a lot. Gluten-free lifestyle is a self-discipline. If you're not doing it by choice, you have to stay away from the pastas, the pizzas, the cakes, the pastries, the spaghetti, all that. Since I got off of it, I am so much better, 10 times better. There's a lot of also athletes that are getting off of it and going on to a gluten-free diet. One of the guys that I know is Novak Djokovic, tennis star, and I love mispronouncing that name. Also, a very famous Drew Brees of the Saints quarterback is on a gluten-free diet. Drew Brees. How do you like that? Hey, can you get him on the phone? Let's call Drew Brees. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, hopefully I'll be having my first sports athlete next week to call in, a bicyclist. But right now he's in France or Spain doing some kind of big bicycle thing. Anyway, coming up later on today, we're going to have Lizette Bellizzi, Italiano. She's a communication specialist here in Tampa, Florida. She has her own little business called ComTeach. She'll be coming up about around 4:30 to talk to us about communication skills. And I love communication skills. That's why I have a lot of these communication people on the show past few weeks. Comes right down to it. How do we communicate with people is very important. I believe my Daryl is late. When the heck is Daryl? I don't know what's going on. Is there a commercial coming up soon, right? I think you're issuing me a commercial break here. Anyway, stay tuned for the gluten-free radio hour. This is GF Joe. You're on your homeliferadio.com. GF Joe.
Let's just fall out of what there is, fall underneath the ground we're on. Shake the roots of all the trees till they come tumbling down. Let's both pretend we don't exist, ignore each other blatantly, act like nothing ever was, just a fading memory of when containable pain, yeah, of when containable pain. Something that set our lives and threw us off the balance. See that everything is just fine. Start living in the cadence of recovery, yeah, recovery. That cut that's underneath your skin, the ashes from burned violence. I said, I'm sorry. It's weak and small, but full of truth. I said, I'm sorry. The truth can stab into a heart, but lies can make it skip a beat. Hide underneath these willow trees, and maybe I'm not scared of me. So take your turn and I'll stand still, cause maybe this will take a while. Crack the shell, I'm covered in, expose my mind to everything. Everything. can stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to yourhomeliferadio.com. This is GF Joe Radio Show, live from Clearwater, Florida. Welcome back. Hey, if you want to call in and talk to me, GF Joe, 727-597-4022, GF Joe Radio Show. We're going to chat with one of my pals over here at the radio station. He's got some allergies issues there, and we're going to talk to him. He's coming in a few seconds here. Anyway, about that test, illicit test. It stands for, I'm going to tell you what it stands for, Enzyme-Linked Immunosorbent Assay, ELISA. That is the test to use for gluten in foods and into also your bodies, into your antibodies. So ELISA is a very accurate, supposedly accurate test. And right now, Nolan just arrived on set. We're going to talk to him about his allergy issues. Nolan, what's going on?
Hey, Joe. How are you?
Good. I'm doing great.
Thanks for calling me through the window
You got it.
or allowing me to be on your show. I'm honored, privileged. It's amazing. So,
No
yeah.
ums. There's no ums on my show.
So, Joe.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I'm going to replace my with Joe.
There you go.
So every time I'm umming, I'm going to Joe. So like when I'm lying to my wife and I go, honey, Joe, instead.
Instead of
Joe might work.
Tell me about your wife. I heard she's gluten free.
Oh yeah, she's got a website. Can I promote her website on your show?
Go ahead.
I know I got to pay you $10 right now.
I need a sponsor. I'm looking for sponsors.
I'll be your first sponsor then.
Great.
So, is this like an AA sponsor?
Go ahead.
But it's like a gluten sponsor.
Uh-huh.
So do we stand up when we say we have a problem? And,
You got to stand up. Yeah, exactly.
well, you can bring these mics up with you.
That'd be great. Wouldn't that be great?
We're all sitting around and anyway. So, I'm sorry. So Joe, I am a behind the scenes kind of guy. I don't really do the whole radio thing.
All right, just talk to me like I'm a schmuck.
Hanging out with you.
What's going on with your allergies? What's up with that?
Jeez, straight to the point. Can't even
I
get to
don't-
know you a little bit.
All right. Hey, I'm 5'10", 180. I'm white.
Do you like long walks on the beach
Yeah.
or short walks just to get to the point?
You want to get my number later? 727-597-4022.
Okay. So I have food allergies. All right. See, there it is again. Well, here's the thing.
Go ahead.
I can't drink milk. That's pretty much my
Lactose intolerant.
Well, not really. I don't get bloated. I mean, I don't really get gassy or burpy when I drink milk or anything like that. My skin just burns like all over.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, seriously. Look at I ate some Cheetos today and I shouldn't have done that. It was very bad for me. So, my wife, she's catered to my, so I can't have ice cream anymore. I can't have,
What's her website?
oh, her website is crunchy with a C, crunchykim.com. Crunchykim.com with a K. So crunchy with a C and Kim. There it is. See, crunchykim.com. She makes all that delicious food.
Wow. Look at that.
And most of it is gluten free, believe it or not.
Most of it. Terrific.
Vegan, not all of it, and there are some vegan recipes as well.
Yes.
And,
Vegan.
So, but if you actually go to her website, you'll see that's just her Facebook page. It's not really something that she's too proud of. I don't think. Excuse me. Wow. I'm so nervous here.
I know. Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
Relax. Chill
Well,
out.
I used to drink a milkshake a day.
I used to drink too. Hey.
A milkshake a day.
Wow.
Seriously. Chick-fil-A, Arby's, the whole,
not-
there's all our food. Have I
Yeah.
pulled this up for you before?
Yeah, I've seen this before at home.
Oh, well then why am I,
Crunchykim.com's all gluten-free, vegan, blah, blah,
some
blah.
of it is, yeah.
Some of it.
Some of it.
That's alone. Nice
And, you
photos.
can order some, you can do what you want, It is, I eat it every day. I should have you over for dinner one. Do you like tilapia?
Yeah, I love
She
it.
makes the absolute best tilapia. Guaranteed her your money back and you're coming over for free anyway.
If I was Jerry Lewis, I would say, tilapia, hey lady. But anyway, I wouldn't say that.
But you're not Jerry Lewis. That was good though.
That was good. Gluten-free GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. Hey, we're taking a commercial break. No, we're not. Wait, I can't do that. My engineer's sitting next to me. So we're not going to take a commercial break.
Wait, what the heck's going on?
What's going on?
Are we tripping on acid?
Yeah. Is it gluten free?
I don't know.
I'm gonna find.
Is acid gluten free? Wait, what am I? So what am I here for? I forgot.
Well, because my co-host is running late in traffic. Daryl Kraft and his son Ethan are just late. You know.
I mean, don't you know the Golden Rule? You're always supposed to tell everybody to be here an hour before you want them here.
An hour before.
You want them here. You want them here. So if your show starts at 4 and you want them here at 3:30, you tell them to be here at 2:30.
I'm getting ruined. You're
not. I'm just trying to help you. I'm here to help the Joe.
Gosh darn it. This sucks.
You help me. I mean, now I no longer say I say Joe.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I'm lactose intolerant. I don't know, but I do know I have an allergy to the protein in milk, which is called casein, I believe.
Exactly. Casein is the protein found in milk.
And it hurts when I eat beef.
Bad.
Any type of beef. I like my skin burns, all that kind of fun stuff.
Man. Well, if you don't know what gluten is a protein found in wheat. For those new listeners out there going on a gluten-free diet, gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, rice, corn, pasta, pizza, all your cakes out there.
What about Subway?
It's found in Subway, too. I stay far away from Subway. What is that? What's the other one?
So I don't have gluten allergies then.
Probably. You got to get tested. You got to have that.
So I don't belong in the show.
Get the heck out of my show.
I don't feel like I belong.
So what I say about the proteins, there's 4 of them. There are albumins, glutellins, and globulins, and prolamins. Those are the 4 proteins that make up gluten. 80% of those are found in wheat. The 20% are found in the corn and rice. So I am off corn and rice also as of 2 weeks ago, and I feel a lot better also.
I appreciate your mic etiquette. It's very nice.
I don't spit in it, right? Like some
Well,
guys
not
do.
even that. Like you'll notice when you get away from it. Like, whoa, I mean, you're really good. You're really good about it. Hey, lady, right?
Yeah, you can't get too close. You want
to stay about a fist away.
It's like a singer when they pull the microphone.
Is
that a Michael Jackson?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Anyway, I'm still waiting for Daryl to show up. We're going to have coming up later on is Lizette Belize. She'll be calling in. We're going to talk to her for a long time because my co-host is late. But she has a degree in communications from California State, Long Beach.
There's a master's degree? She would have called by now if her degree was really good in communications.
Yeah, she would have, right?
Right, we need her. We need you. There you go.
She has a great background. She lived on a sailboat for 6 months teaching.
Teaching what? Teaching who? Penguins? Dolphins?
No, it says right here she spent 6 months on the sailboat in the Eastern Caribbean teaching leadership and communication courses to the college students.
On a sailboat.
On a sailboat. That's a great gig.
No,
I love that gig. I want to do that.
That's an incredible gig.
I
sit in a cubicle all day. I don't get any gluten.
Well, Liz, that's coming up at 4:30. I'm looking forward to that conversation on the GF Joe Radio Show, yourhomeliferadio.com. And I believe Nolan is about to get fired. He's going to be sharing some more.
Well, it was fun having me on, I guess.
Crunchy Kim and no ums.
Well, I don't say anymore. I say Joe.
Where's my time? Where's my timesheet? Hold on. It's 4:20. What am I supposed to be doing here? Gluten-free.
This is what happens when that's your co-host right there texting you right there.
I know. That's my sister, actually. Oh. She going to call in?
What's she going to say? Who's that cute guy on the radio?
Oh, my brother's trying to call in the show. Doing? Nobody's calling the show.
The CJ's right there at the computer.
CJ doesn't know what he's doing.
CJ. All right, let me go train him.
All righty, go ahead.
All right, brother.
Thank you, Nolan.
Peace. Thank you for letting me on your show, and I appreciate it.
You got it. That was Nolan, my lovely engineer. Lizette Belize's coming up at 4:30. I'm really excited to have her calling in. Sometimes it's hard to fill 50 minutes worth of gluten-free stuff. But after 15 years of being on a gluten-free diet, I believe I have the right to call myself a gluten-free expert. Call me in today, 727-597-4022. Shut that darn door. My name is GF Joe, and I got a phone call. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, GF Joe. I have a recipe for you and your fans out there. The upcoming 4th of July recipe from a.k.a. Bella Biscotti Camera's Italian Bakery.
Go ahead. What is it? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, great. These are, thank you for your time. These are, and the $20 spot. These are cranberry walnut M80s. They explode in your mouth, and they're gluten-free. So pick them up today, and you can call that number, BR549, ask for Junior.
Oh, 1-800-555-1212?
No, that's not it. Anyway, I'm kind of busy. I wanted to call and say Happy 4th of July. I hope
Happy
you and your
4th of
fans are doing
July.
well. Where's your sidekick, Daryl?
Daryl is running late. Him and his son are running late, you know? I got to teach these people how to be punctual.
He probably had something with gluten in it and fell asleep because gluten makes you tired.
Exactly. That's what probably he's going to say to me.
He's on the side of the road somewhere, stuck in Bayonne. Oh, wait a minute, that's New Jersey.
No, he's in St. Pete or Pinellas Park. Stuck in
Let's
southern.
not give his undisclosed location because Big Brother is watching.
That's done right. Nolan will testify. He's a former Air Force inside guy. He knows how.
All right. We'll
Anyway.
talk to you later, and don't forget the disclaimer. Anything you hear on this radio station by me or anybody else is not responsible for those that are persisting to on the other half of the time before. Currently, was on something like this. We copyright 2012. Thank you.
That was great. I love that.
All right. See you. Bye.
I forgot. You know, I wrote that down to do a disclaimer. Yes, that was my disclaimer. What was that disclaimer? Any advice, suggestions, or on the show are purely express something written opinions of this and not responsible for the producer of the show, yada, 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 yada. Anyway, I'm going to try to get that disclaimer down pat, and I will enunciate it correctly. Anyway, Gluten-Free Joe. I've been doing this, 15 years now? Leading expert. Call in with your expert questions. No, please don't. Don't try to stump me. Please, I'll fall. No, I won't fall. Anyway, GF Joe on your homeliferadio.com. What I said before about gluten is that it does have a lot of effects on you. Try to get off gluten, I believe, and you'll have a better, more focused life. Your mind starts to clear up. Stay away from the wheat, barley, semolina. It depends on you yourself, your own person. That sometimes oats could be effective in that area too. So I stay away from oats. Unfortunately, I really love my oatmeal. So I have what do I have? There was buckwheat. Believe it or not, buckwheat doesn't have wheat in it. It's gluten free, so I can have buckwheat. I still have a great diet, fruits and vegetables. I am a meatitarian, so I do have my chicken, fish. And I just started recently on the snack food was these seeds called Savi seeds. If anybody knows anything about Savi seeds from Peru, give me a call. Savi seeds, Sava something seeds. Anyway, they're a seed that has a lot of omega-3 oils in it and a complete protein. This is all according to the packaging that I'm reading. Anyway, Sava seeds are really great for the protein, and it's not a nut. It looks like a nut, but it's not. It's a seed. So anybody allergic to nuts can have the Savi seed, and they're, of course, organically grown up there in Peru. And I believe that is a great seed. What else is coming on later is that we're going to have a gluten-free diet recipe. I'm going to tell you one. Wait, I just got a text in that was my brother to announce that was my brother Charlie calling from New York, but I can't disclose his exact specific GPS coordinates right now. Anyway, he owns a little bakery here in Clearwater called Camerari's Italian Bakery. His product is called Abella Biscotti. He makes a biscotti, but with extra gluten. I cannot have it. So I make mine with gluten-free. He orders things with extra gluten. I'm not here to promote gluten, but I'm here to help my brother promote his biscotti. This is the regular biscotti. You can go to my website and get a gluten-free biscotti or a gluten-free cookie, gfjoe.com. Order your gluten-free and dairy-free biscotti, gluten-free cookie dough, cookies, and cupcakes. I'm trying to get that posted online soon. I have these great cupcakes, chocolate. I also bake them inside a ice cream cone that's gluten-free. And also coming up, there'll be cupcake in a jar. That's right, a cupcake in a jar. I'm going to post that maybe next week. Gluten-free Joe, GF Joe. Coming up in a few minutes will be Lizette. I believe she's going to be calling in, what did I say, 4:30? And we have a commercial break coming up for me. 5, yourhomeliferadio.com, GF Joe.
Let me know you so I can fix you. Whoa. 'Cause when I can crawl into your insides, I will know how to mend the outsides. Whoa, and I know you don't know me quite yet. Whoa, and I'll show you the doors inside of my head. So dream, please shut your eyes and imagine there's no need to rush. We've got time, and I have it, and I have it, and I'm waking up at 2 and 3 in the morning, falling back asleep, but the dreams won't come back to me. So why am I even closing my eyes? It's dark outside. If it's the same to you, then I'll keep them open wide. Wow, and I know you didn't want to fall down. Wow, and I'll show you the way the wind tends to pick up the ground and cast it in the sea with the breeze. Let me know you so I can fix you. Wow. 'Cause when I can crawl into your insides, I will know how to mend the outside. Whoa, and I know you don't know me quite yet. Whoa, and I'll show you the doors inside of my head. My head, my head. Catching sun in the glasses in my window. Gonna drink it right up and feel the heat in the winter's cold. One can never tell when happiness is knocking on their door.
Welcome back to yourhomeliferadio.com. This is GF Joe. And sitting next to me is the very famous and unpunctual today is the co-host, Daryl Kraft. Daryl, say something, will you?
Guilty as charged.
We are here to have him unhurt, unharmed, and rather late than nothing. So we're going to be talking about gluten-free. Coming up in a few seconds or a few minutes is Lizette Belezzi, communication specialist. I love communication people, such as Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Napoleon Hill. What else? Jesus Christ. Great communicators, right?
Yes.
Anyway,
Absolutely.
she has a master's, I believe, or some kind of graduate degree in communications. She studied Cal State, Long Beach.
Oh, yeah.
She
I'm
graduated
a Cal State graduate myself.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you get a degree in?
A master's degree at Cal State Los Angeles. This is Cal State Long Beach, same
Long Beach.
system.
We-
Nice.
So tell me about your degree there. What was that in?
My degree is in instructional technology. So we
yeah. Right, everything.
had to learn to use technology to teach things
Terrific.
to students.
Terrific. And you're a teacher here at somewhere in St. Pete, right?
Can I say?
Yeah. You can say wherever.
I'm a teacher at the Gibbs High School Arts Magnet in St. Petersburg,
Terrific.
and I teach English, but I use a lot of technology in the way I deliver things because it's powerful.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like communication, the kids, the best way, I do a lot of things. The kids can learn well by teaching others. So communication is key in helping them to learn.
I wish I had communication skills. You know that old saying, you wish you know then what you know now?
That's
I would be 10 times better off if I had all that wisdom at this age than now. I'd be Bill Gates. Oh my gosh, communication skills. And all the chicks, no, never mind.
persuasion techniques.
That's it. Oh man.
Wow.
Anyway, this is the GF Joe radio show on yourhomeliferadio.com. And we're talking here with Daryl Kraft, who's got a master's in information technology. He's a teacher at Gibbs. And how's your health so far?
Great. I've been. I was thinking on the way up here. I can't remember the last time I was sick, like flu or cold.
Wow.
And I attribute some of that to you, my friend. And I'm not kidding about that. Just
Thanks.
trying to really don't eat stuff that's not best for your body. That includes gluten-free and also alkaline. I try to do an alkaline diet,
Mm-hmm.
and I have not been sick
There you go.
for a long time. Neither have you. You're never sick.
I get sick when I'm not taking care of myself on the ball. And then when it's a public thing that if I'm around a lot of people going out, dancing, and I just get sick after that because I'm in contact with somebody that was, sick, and just the weakness in your body as you get older, you get sick. But maybe once a year I'll get sick. And then when I attack it is when I feel my sore throat coming on, and I pound it with echinacea, like 1,500 milligrams every 3 hours. Not what the bottle says, because I did a lot of research on echinacea. The bottle says like 4 pills, which is like 500 milligrams. No. You want to do a lot. 1,500 milligrams is what I do.
Really?
Every 3 hours for the first 24 hours, yeah. And
Okay.
I used to work at Vitamin World, and I saw these studies coming in, and I did my research online. Echinacea works, and also, on the other hand, that you only could use it for like a week up to 2 weeks, because then it starts to destroy your own immune system.
Okay.
And you don't want that. You only knock it out for the first 3 days, and then after that, the first 3 days, it's gone. Whatever that was about to come in to your body, it's gone.
Okay.
Echinacea is powerful. So
It's an herb. It's a natural
it's
thing.
a natural herb, echinacea. Yeah, EICHANCA, something like that.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
pound, depending on my body weight. Everything's prescribed by body weight. So I do about 1,500 milligrams, 12 to 14, somewhere around there, every 3 hours. When I
Okay.
feel a flu symptoms coming on, I jump on it. Really, if I don't, it's kind of like too late, but I still take it. When I get that sore throat and that fever feeling or something, I'm on it, and I drink a lot of fluids.
But that's pretty rare for you. I don't see you sick very much.
No,
I mean,
no.
It's, I think if you keep your internal environment in your body sharp, you're not going to get sick as much. So that leads to diet and also stress. But those things can really, if you can control those things as much as possible. I haven't been sick for a long time.
I know you
quite a while.
You don't get sick
Thank
either.
God.
It's okay to thank God on this radio show. Did you say you had something gluten free? You were going to share with me or something?
I've been inspired to keep reading about it because of this show, and I just read something last night that was put out by Harvard Health Publications, I think is the name of the organization, and just more information on what gluten is and what it does. Gluten comes from the word glue. It's glue.
Yes. It's
You don't want
exactly
glue
what
in
it
your
is.
body.
No. No, that's the stuff that makes the bread and pizza,
Yeah, stretchy.
stretchy and hard. Yep.
But that does not really good for your intestines. It's kind of, and people, it also said it seems to be more affecting people with A and O blood type
Really?
for whatever reasons.
A and O.
I'm A, you're O.
I don't know. What I'm O?
I think you're O. I don't know, actually. I'm A. So, it's something where you just
I
want to.
think I'm O too. I'm not sure. I'm sure my sister, if she's listening, she'll tell me. She knows all that
Okay.
stuff. Gluten free. And,
But
and-
it's that glue that affects your intestines and they attack it as a foreign invader, and that's not good. So, for whatever reason, you don't want that as much in your body.
no.
And it was also saying even people who are not gluten intolerant, they're borderline. There's shades of it. There's degrees, Some are like you are really affected and some are just a little bit and they just feel off
yeah.
when they eat a lot of
They eat a lot of the foods. I'm going to give you a list of foods that I'm allowed to eat. Now here's the foods that the flours are: amaranth, arrowroot, buckwheat, cassava. It says corn, but I stay away from corn. There's gluten in corn. Legumes, millet, nuts, potatoes, quinoa, sago, yuca, wild rice. I can have. I didn't have wild rice. Probably tapioca, soy, sorghum, and seeds. Now, of course, the ones that you want to avoid is the wheat, including wheat starch, wheat bran, wheat germ, cracked wheat, barley rice. Other wheat products is bromelated flour, durum flour, self-rising flour, semolina flour. I got the list right
Holy
here.
smoke.
This is a lot of wheat. I think 70% of our diet, normal people diets, have wheat in it.
Yes.
I challenge
Yes.
somebody to get off gluten for one or 2 weeks. Now it depends on your physical makeup. You might not notice anything. Some people they notice within a week.
Right. That's what I was
Some
reading.
people might
Yes.
notice in 3 months or 2 months, whatever. But it stays in your system there. So, hey
Yeah.
Nolan, call. I missed a few calls. Thank you, Nolan. Hello, this is GF Joe Show.
Hi, dear Show. This is Lisette Felicity with Conti.
Lisette, how you doing today? Thanks for calling in.
I'm doing great, Joe. How are you doing?
Good. I'm here talking with my co-host Daryl Kraft, and he's also my best friend for like 15 years. We met in California, and he went to Cal State too. So
Hi, Lisette.
Did he? So he's a dirtbag too.
Okay. Oh, that's a great school,
That's
Cal
the
State Long
nickname
Beach.
for the baseball team. If he doesn't know what that means.
oh, okay, yeah.
That's a great school, Cal State Long Beach. I've been to track meets there when I was coaching track many times. Great school.
Yep, it's a fantastic school, and they have a really great communication program, and I really benefited from working with their faculty.
Okay. Yeah.
Lisette, how do you pronounce your last name here?
Felicity.
Belitzi. Fantastic. Now, your background is in communication skills and teaching that. Tell me a little bit about
That is
what you
correct.
do.
I'm sorry?
Oh, tell me a little bit about what you do. Your communication background and your business?
Okay, well, I do a few things. I've been teaching public speaking to college students for over 10 years now, which never gets old and is always a challenge because no matter what, people always seem to be deathly afraid of public speaking. So I get a lot of satisfaction out of my job. And from working with college students, I decided that the public could really use some help with their communication skills as well. So I founded my business, ComTeach, which is short for Communication Teacher. And I help people with public speaking, writing, networking, impression management, and group meeting facilitation. I've done everything from helping people to rewrite their Match.com profiles to doing customer service trainings for $12 million healthcare companies. So I've really done it all at this point.
Wow.
Terrific.
That's neat.
It is neat. It's a lot of fun. And you have a radio show, so you know how exciting communication can be.
I love the radio
It is,
show.
yes.
And when I saw you, I on LinkedIn, I said, hey, I like her background. I want to get her on my radio show. And I love communication specialist people. And I had one on last week, 2 weeks ago, was from Toastmasters. So what do you have for us?
And how do you do the Toastmasters? Because that's really what I do. It's sort of a micro level, is taking Toastmasters but working with people really intensely one-on-one. So how did you find your experience with Toastmasters?
I love it.
Okay.
It doesn't cost me much. First of all, it's like $48 a year or something like that.
Right.
And I still get nervous when I have to get up and say my position or my role in front of 20 people. But not as much.
It sounds like you should be hiring me, Joe, because I'm a worthy investment for your communication skills.
There you go. Good.
She went right into that one really fast.
Well, that's what communication skills are. They're an investment. If you're in sales, if you're in marketing, if you are trying to meet somebody on a personal or professional level, there is nothing better than having improved communication skills to help you do that.
You're right.
I believe Toastmasters did help, and people like yourself do help people and get out there and teach. You know, a lot of people don't put emphasis on communication skills. What do you think?
A lot of people, I'm sorry, I missed that last half of that.
Most of the public do not put emphasis on communication skills. What do you think?
I agree, and I talk about that with my students a lot. I'll ask them about how old they are, and usually they're between the 18 to 25 range. And I'll ask them how long they've been communicating, and they think it's kind of a trick question. And some of them will say, okay, since birth or forever. And I'll say, that's right. And how many communication classes have you ever taken?
Ooh.
And for most of them, public speaking is the very first one. And it's really sad that humans communicate our whole lives, and it's just assumed that we know how to do it well, which really isn't the case.
Right.
So I think classes like communication or having people around that help you communicate and really learning to pay attention to your communication. I think that's the first problem, is a lot of people aren't aware of what they're putting out in the world, whether or not they make positive or negative impressions, or if they even care. And so I think the first step to better communication is being aware. And even with all the experience I have, it's something that I work on daily. I learn communication lessons every single day.
Now, have you learned or realized that your communications helped you in life to succeed in whatever you do?
Absolutely. Yes, I agree.
How did you get started? What prompted you to get into this field?
How did I get started in studying communication, or how did I get started in my business?
I guess
or teaching,
both.
Or all of that?
All of that.
Yeah, all of it. Go ahead.
All of that. Okay, well, I discovered communication, the major, at Florida State, which
Okay.
I was very fortunate to attend, and I just found a really great environment there, taking communication classes. They came very naturally, and I struggled in some other classes in college, and I changed my major about 4 times. But
So did I.
once I hit communication, it really felt like, why have I not been here the whole time? This was really the right thing for me. And I love communication because, like we touched on before, it affects not only your professional life, work, academics, college, training, skills, but also your personal life. And I found that if you are working on your communication skills in one area of your life, you can't help but improve them in other areas.
That's right.
And so that's just a fact. I think it's one of those things. It's sort of like with your product, Joe, how we talk about being healthy and eating right. Well, that goes hand in hand with how you're taking care of yourself in general. You can eat right, but are you eating the right portions? Are you eating the right calories? Is a gluten-free lifestyle better for you? Are you exercising as well? And communication is like that total package too, but it's on the inside. And I went from Florida State. I had a great mentor who recommended that I go to grad school, and I really, grad school is kind of a beast, but studying more about communication was great.
Wow.
I started teaching there at graduate school, and just really loved it. And then, like I said a few years ago, started thinking about, my friends always come to me for help with letter writing, or what should I say to my husband about this? And I thought, I'm pretty good at this, and I wouldn't mind doing this on a larger scale. And so I launched my business, and it's really great, the variety of things I've been able to do. Like I said, everything from I can help people with online dating profiles. I can help train a customer service division. I make people's business numbers go up. I make their personal lives better. It's almost like life coaching, but I just focus on the communication aspect.
Terrific.
And I find that it improves people's lives, and I love it.
Where can they contact you, and what's your business number that you could say over the radio and all that? Website?
My business number is my cell phone number, and that is the best way to get a hold of me anytime. My number is area code 813-784-8668. That is really the best way to get a hold of me. It's the easiest way to find out what somebody needs. Emails are great, but more specifically, if somebody calls me. Also, the number, again, is very easy to remember, 813-784-8668. So that really is the number one way I can have people contact me and find out what they need. And I do a free consultation for them, too, to really do a needs assessment, because sometimes individuals or companies don't even really realize what they need in terms of improving their communication.
Right.
You have a website or a LinkedIn website they can,
I do have a LinkedIn profile under my name, Lisette Belitzi, and it discusses my business and also my other past experiences. I also do modeling and acting. I sort of fell into that this year, and that's been very easy and natural because of my level of comfort with communication. It's funny, and I've never had any training, acting, or modeling, and I've done 3 commercials this summer within a 2-month period.
Terrific. So, yes, I saw your profile photo, and very attractive woman. Did you know I was
thank you.
Did you know, here's my surprise, I said from yesterday, from our little chat on the phone, that I studied acting for many years, and I went to L.A., and I was in a lot of movies.
I can vouch for that.
And my partner...
I knew him in L.A., so
I was on Star Trek, Deep Space Nine, The Nanny. What else? Kiss the Girls. Recently with Jennifer Aniston in The Bounty Hunter. And then you could see me a lot in the Other Guys movie. I played a lot of extra work, all background, but I love being an extra. It was a lot of fun. And of course, I was trying to get some...
It is a lot of fun. Yeah. So did you two became friends in L.A.?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a great area to live around. And honestly, I didn't do it. I had no interest in doing it while I was there, because I got sick of people telling me they were trying to be actors and models. To be completely honest,
I was the same way. I'll be honest.
I came back here and sort of fell into it. And Tampa has what they call lifestyle modeling, which is a little bit more down to earth. They're not looking for you to be 6 foot tall and 115 pounds. And obviously, as a Italian, we don't really fall into that category, so I enjoy that much more. But I know it's exciting being on a set, and California is such a great place to live too.
I love the mountains there. It was great. I think we missed on one subject area, is that we communicate with each other. How about, do you teach people communicate within themselves?
The intrapersonal communication, absolutely, because as I mentioned to you before, if you are not aware of what your issues are and what your self-talk is,
self-talk. I was just going to say that. You read my mind.
if you can't, if you're constantly putting yourself down, for example, and how can you have the confidence to go out in front of other people if you can't tell yourself that you're good enough to be presenting in front of other people?
Yes, exactly.
So
Yes.
that's one of the key elements. And this is another thing that people always ask, well, how do you get through the fear of public speaking? Well, what is the number one thing that people are afraid of when presenting in front of other people?
Good
I'm
question.
asking
I don't
you
know.
what your opinion is.
I don't know. What am I afraid? Why am I fearful? I have no idea why I'm afraid. Failure or what?
Are they afraid of what others think of them?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's judgment. And so I always tell my students on the first day that people who are judging you aren't very nice, and you shouldn't care what they think about anyway.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a fact. I mean, I don't understand what's going to happen in terms of them judging you. Really, and if people are judging you negatively, most of the time it's because they have a problem with themselves. Not
So
that
that's
they have
their
a problem with
problem,
you.
not
Right.
you.
That's the way I look at it. And I don't know if that's just my Jersey attitude or if that's something I learned through communication or both. But really, why would you care what other people think if you have something that's valuable to say, and whatever you have to say is going to make somebody's life better?
I like that. That's a great attitude. You're absolutely right.
Lisette, thank you so much for coming on the radio today. That's
Thank you
Lisette
for inviting
Gillespie.
me on, and I look forward to more opportunities to chat and spread this message of success that we both like to share for the public.
Sometimes in a few weeks, we'll get you on as a co-host if you have time.
Great. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Have a great night.
Nice
Thank
talking to you, Lisette.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's
Bye-bye.
Lisette
Bye-bye.
Gillespie on the GF Joe Radio Show. I believe I have another caller coming in. Alrighty. Anyway, this was Lisette Belezi.
$10 your old blood type.
If I mispronounce, she is available for communication business consultations at 813-784-8668. And you can find her on my GF Joe Facebook page too. She's linked up over there. That was so great of her to call in today.
Yeah. Nice
Very,
attitude. Very
very
nice,
knowledgeable.
upbeat, knowledgeable person.
You know,
I like that.
this is the GF Joe Radio Show on yourhomeliferadio.com. Happy 4th of July, right? Coming up
Yes.
tomorrow.
That's right.
I got my flags here and everything.
I noticed that. I like that.
Anyway, communications is great. You got to have great communications to yourself. You got to have.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay. Yeah,
Anyway,
what you said about self-talk, that's so important because you can fall into that, and all of us, if you let that go and you don't check that, you just spiral down and down and down.
Hey, we got a caller coming in. GF Joe, how can I help you?
GF Joe, Anna Marie here.
Hey, Emery, how you doing?
Anne Marie, how you
Hey,
doing?
Daryl, how are you? Glad to see you made it safe and sound.
Thank you.
I have a recipe for tomorrow, 4th of July, for all the GF Joe gluten-free listeners.
Go ahead, hook me up.
Okay, everybody loves to make s'mores. S'mores is done with graham cracker crust or crumbs, the infamous Hershey's chocolate, and marshmallows. Tomorrow at my daughter's barbecue, we're going to do it the same way, but we're going to substitute blue chips instead of the Hershey graham chips.
Okay.
Blue chips?
Blue chips, right.
Oh, okay. Are those corn?
It's the blue chips you make me buy you that you say you can have, like the one we had at Aunt Barbara's, too.
Yeah, I can have that. They have a little amount of gluten, but in my case, it's acceptable. But yeah, blue chips is okay. But now recently, Anne-Marie, about 2 weeks ago, I stopped having corn altogether.
Oh, okay. Well, we were going to take the other chips that we had at Aunt Barbara's house with marshmallows and the Hershey's chocolate to make s'mores.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay. Cool.
Are those marshmallows dairy-free? But I know they're gluten-free. That's all I want to know.
Where do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Do you have that recipe? Is that recipe available for posting, or where is that recipe?
Sure, give it a shot. Put it out there.
You can
Good.
make it with millet too. Millet seeds, sorghum flour. You know, the Bob Red's Mill flour, whatever. I don't
Yeah,
know. Figure
yeah.
something that. Anyway.
Gluten-free marshmallows.
Alrighty, but wishing everybody a safe and happy 4th of July. Daryl, best to you and your son. Joseph, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I'm trying. I got to plan a little bit better yesterday, so I failed my planning today. So we're moving forward. We're improving on the GF Joe Radio Show here on your HomeLifeRadio.com, welcoming Daryl Kraft and Lisette Belize. She's gonna smack me for that one. Communication specialist. So glad we have our guest calling in today, Mr. G, Anne Marie, Charlie. Nolan wasn't here on the show. Too bad we can't get Ethan to call in. Too bad, huh?
Yeah, we'll get them.
All right, take care.
All right,
take care, Emery.
See you next week, 4 to 5 p.m. This is the GF Joe Radio Show at yourhomeliferadio.com. We are done in about 3 seconds.
That's